And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the brand new single by local artist Mrs. K. It is just dropped today. This morning, you heard it here first, and wow, what a song. Cortney van Harte, welcome to studio. Thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations. I love it.
Oh, thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
How long has this single been in the making?
It's been about a couple months now. We've been really working at it, and I've been working with amazing people. So it's been in the works, and I'm so happy it's been released today.
What's it like hearing it play out on the radio? Probably for the first time, or maybe not.
Oh, I love it. I always love hearing my songs on the radio. It's like such a thrill.
I can imagine. Now, you have collaborated with an international artist on this one.
Yes, so his name is Earl, and he's all the way from North Carolina. It was such a breeze working with him. He's so talented.
And did he come out to South Africa to work with you, or do you just work virtually with one another?
So he's actually been in South Africa for quite a while now, and through machine management, we got in contact with him, and he was really excited to hop on the song, and we took it from there.
Now, you really rose to fame in 2020 when you released your first single, My Energy. What's happened since then?
I've just really been working at my music and grinding, and this is just a culmination of it, this single that I dropped today.
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. Now, you go by Mrs. K in the music world. Your real name is Cortney. Where does the Mrs. K come from? Are you married, or is there a little secret that we don't know about? Let us in.
So I'm not married, but when I first started making music and recording, because my name's Cortney, they always refer to me as Cortney Kardashian or Mrs. K. So it kind of just stuck, and I rolled with it.
So kind of like a nickname that became a stage name. Fabulous. Now, what's interesting to me in my notes here I have is that you aren't just a pretty face and an incredible voice. You studied astrophysics.
Yes.
Like, really?
Yes, I recently just graduated. It's been a journey, but I really worked hard, and I had lots of support from my family and friends. So it's been a good year.
Wow, I would say a good
so
year.
Far.
How incredible. Courtney, how long have you been studying for, and what led you into the astrophysics field?
So I studied for 4 years. I actually initially wanted to go into chartered accounting in high school, and I started accounting, and I was like, this is not for me. But I've always taken an interest in space, and I thought, why not study it? And that's what I did.
I mean, you must have had some really decent school marks to get into a program like that. I would imagine that it's not easy.
It's not easy, but I worked really hard to get the marks that I did to get into astrophysics.
So you're juggling a music career with an astrophysics degree. My goodness, which is the way forward? Are we going to space with music as a backup, or are we performing with space as a backup?
At the moment, I'm trying to balance both, but I would like to make a career out of my music.
Out of your music,
Yes.
Wow, fantastic. Do you have plans to work in the astrophysics field in the interim, or?
So I am going to work for my bursary. They are based in Pretoria. It's the National Meteorology Institute of South Africa.
Okay.
So it's not directly linked to what I study, but it's still in the field of science, the science of measurement.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Yes.
So you're going to be based in the near future in Pretoria.
Yes.
And where can our fellow South Africans that are lucky enough to live in Tshwane catch you in action? Are you going to be performing there while you're working on the weekends or anything like that?
I definitely want to be performing. I know my management has me covered.
How long has music been a part of your life, Courtney?
It's always been a part of my life. My parents always told me that I started dancing before I started walking. So I've either been involved in dancing or singing. I've done some acting in high school as well, but music has always been a part of my life.
And tell me about your childhood. Where did you grow up, and what was your life like?
So I still stay in Athlone. I grew up in Athlone, and I did all my schooling in Pinelands, but I've had an exciting life. I've really had a lovely life. I mean, I'm an only child, and a lot of people ask me, didn't you want siblings? And I was like, when I was younger, but I was very close with my family. I always saw my cousins, and as I got older, I spent more time with my friends, so I didn't really need a sibling, if I could say. They always ask, like, how was it? I said, it's normal. It was my life.
You didn't feel deprived in any way being an only
No, I
child?
didn't.
And you say that you grew up dancing and singing and all the rest. When did you start sort of really becoming serious about it? Were you still at school?
So I started becoming serious about it. It was during university.
Okay.
And I saw I could make a career out of it, and I just pushed. And machine management has really helped me do that as well.
Courtney, do you write your own music?
Yes, I do.
And what inspires you? Where do you draw your inspiration from?
I draw inspiration from my life. So whatever I'm feeling, or if I can recollect circumstances, and that's what I do. I also think it makes my music more relatable as well.
So what is the brand new single, Take You Away, about?
So this is about experiencing life with your significant other. You know, wherever you go, be it Malibu or exploring space, you just always want to be with this person.
Is there a particular person that this is about?
There is a particular person, but I'll keep that for myself for now.
I can see this song doing very well on the KFM Top 40. I'm allowed to say that because they are our sister station. When can people look forward to hearing it on mainstream radio stations? Would that be from today?
Yes, from today.
Fantastic. And will you be performing anytime soon before you move up north?
Yes, I will be.
And where can we catch you in action if listeners would like to do so?
Anywhere around Cape Town.
Okay, so
Yes.
the best is probably to keep an eye on your social media
Yes, that's
and
best.
whatever. Okay, so what are your handles? Where do people need to go to follow you?
So you can find me everywhere. It's at Mrs. K _SA.
And your parents must be so proud.
They are. They've always been so supportive and loving. I love my parents.
Is there music in the family? Do you come from a musical family?
Nobody sings or performs, but my parents love music. I mean, my dad has CDs and CDs of R&B all the way up to the new music now.
So what did you grow up listening to? Was it always R&B, or was it a bit of pop, a bit of rock? Or
Mainly R&B and pop, yes.
And how would you classify your own music?
I definitely say my genre is more R&B,
Okay.
yes.
And who's your favorite band? Where do you take your inspiration from?
Oh, there's so
or your
many.
favorite performer?
There's Kalani, Ariana Grande, her, Mahalia, even our local artists like Elaine and Nasty C. I love them.
There's a question here for you, Courtney, from one of our listeners saying, would you do what Taylor Swift does and write about an ex? Some gasps in the studio here from the peanut gallery.
Interesting question. We'll see in the near future. We'll see how I'm feeling when the next beat comes along.
I mean, I imagine as a songwriter, as you mentioned earlier, you take inspiration from your life and your own emotions and what's happening in your world. So it would be hard to ignore that. That's a big part of your life, isn't it? I mean, if a long-term relationship comes to an end, that has a big impact on your life.
No, it does. I mean, it depends on the beat. I mean, if it's a slower beat and the idea pops into my mind, I usually just roll with it. So
I've said this before when interviewing artists. I would think that it's very difficult to write a song. Maybe it's because I don't have that talent within me, but I would imagine it's a very difficult process. Is it more difficult to write a song or get an astrophysics degree, in your opinion?
it's easier to write a song.
Easier to write a song.
It is.
Wow, so that astrophysics degree must have been really tough. What were some of the hardest bits for you? What were some of the hardest things that you had to overcome?
Just the complexity of the work. They don't prepare you in high school, just in general, for the complexity of university degree. Like my first year definitely was my most difficult, but I also had lots of support and I went for tutoring as well. So that really got me through it.
And when you were studying, and I mean, astrophysics is a very serious degree, so I imagine there were, some nerds in the class along with you.
Yes,
were
there
you
were.
kind of the cool kid? Were you like the celebrity? Did people look up to you because you've got this very cool music career on the side?
I was kind of more in the background, just focusing on myself and just trying to bag my degree.
Really? So just kind of kept your head down, not a party animal, kept your head down and focused on what you were doing?
Yeah, I'd go out every now and then, but it would mainly be in the holidays. When it came to term work, I was jam-packed. And I worked on the weekends as well, so it was work and studying.
Now, obviously, you've released this single today and you can obviously bask in its success and enjoy it for a little while, but I'm sure you've got to get right back to it and start creating the next piece of music.
Yes, definitely. The grind never stops.